I'm
Happening.
It's happening. We're going. It's the 8-Bit Show! The 8-Bit Show.
That's it. That's the end. Thanks for listening.
Hope you folks enjoyed. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get in the way of itself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Knows what it is.
How's it going, guys?
Great.
Good.
You know, it's a week.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
It has,
Oh, yeah.
It has been a week. It's been
One of the weeks of all
It's
time.
like one of those weeks that definitely feels like it's been a week.
Mm-hmm. Feels like longer for me. This week was crazy. All the work, all the figuring out house stuff. So much. And I'm awake. Right here, right now.
Good morning.
Well, I'm glad you're awake. Right here, right now.
Yeah, kind of got up a little late. Dog made a mess in the night, so I was running a wee bit behind. Poor dog.
I was like, I think he's planning to be here. He put news up.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to clean up real quick. Like, shit. Yeah. I'm Frankie1029. These lovely voices you're hearing are two littles, 505.
That's me.
And Coffee and Corn Dogs.
That's my name. No.
Yeah, we're here to talk at you about gaming news, nerdy news. Not all the news, because there's a lot of news outside of our gaming sphere, and a lot of it I don't want to talk about.
I get depressed talking about most of it. Yeah, but even in the gaming news, I mean, the game developer conference was happening.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of news, although most of it was just like interesting things people said during the conference.
Yeah, no.
Although some of it was like listening to people who are far out of touch of what like the gaming community and everyone else wants.
Yeah, I haven't gone through a whole lot of that stuff yet. Just a bit.
Some of them, I just heard some people like you know, people do their like conferences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are like CEOs and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
which all makes sense to have at your conference or whatever. But my God, some of those people are so out of touch sometimes with what they say. Okay.
Indeed. We'll get to that soon.
Soon enough.
Yeah. Or we could do it now. I mean,
Well, I don't really have too much news from GDC, although there are some like interesting. Like I said, there are some like interesting.
I have one thing.
There were like interesting statements and things being discussed.
Yeah.
Like Joe Palistad of like the Helldivers game talked about a bunch of stuff of like how their big success went off and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Capturing lightning in a bottle, and how like producers called him like 5 minutes after he put out a tweet telling people, don't buy the game yet if you can't afford it. Especially with the servers being down, just wait till those are working. And how like 5 minutes later he got a call from like producers or from like Sony being all, "What are you doing? Why are you saying to tell people not to buy your game?" But it was honestly like for him, like I feel like for Helldivers, his communication with like the community alone,
oh yeah, exactly,
helped save that disastrous launch.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just feels like he's more in tune with
his honesty,
his community. Yeah, exactly.
And he was somewhat silly most of the time. He still is. Like, he's still on X, and so one of the few people that when I see something, I'm like, oh hey, this is actually going to be good instead of the garbage that is on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any like great news. I just read a lot of interesting things.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then let's get into it. I guess I actually have more than you, huh? A wee bit more.
Yeah. You have more. You start.
I will start. Maybe this will work.
Good.
Okay.
That's what I want you to do.
That's weird.
We're waiting.
I'm sorry. I did I put this in the show notes? The Assassin's Creed review. I didn't want to put that in my news, but apparently I have that link open.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed in itself and how some of the reviews aren't turning out well, and Ubisoft really needs this game to get like off the ground.
Yeah, I haven't like read any of the full depth reviews, but the little that I have seen is that it's not really looking like people are very happy with the game, but it is selling pretty well, so does it matter? Will it save them?
I mean, there are. I would say I've seen like a decent number of fairly positive reviews for the game as well.
Oh, have you?
I mean, consideringly so.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like no one calling it a masterpiece or anything. But
Yeah.
are praising it for being. One of them was like it finally reaches like a perfect. Like they finally have kind of at least reached the max potential of what their like RPG system can do. So it's kind of cool like that or whatever, but nothing really big. Although they did stir up some shit in Japan because of their depiction of shrines and like sacred places. Assassin's Creed, just like they always have, used like, you know, depictions of real life places. And so that led to them putting up a bunch of shrines, since this one's in Japan and those shrines are all over. But they had to release like a day one patch that you can't like destroy anything inside of a shrine, and like blood won't really flow from enemies, just because those places are, you know, considered sacred.
Yeah.
And the tourist board and like high people at, or, you know, like the government of Japan was not happy with what they were doing. It was like one of them was like saying, although ridiculously saying that like, oh, people are going to see that in the game and thinking they like tourists are going to come over here and then, you know, deface these shrines and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I get their worry for that because people have proven to not be great, to put it nicely. But
he
it
quotes
is
many things that tourists do that really shouldn't be done.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop going into other people's places and fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Fairly easy concept. But I thought that was kind of interesting. None of it really like ultimately newsworthy because nothing came of it besides the day one patch. But
yeah.
But it is something that could have definitely stifled some sales, though, on a game that they need to do like really well.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this is gonna be enough to save them, because that's the big question. And again, it's one of those things where it's like I want them to, just because I don't want people to lose jobs, but I also don't want them to because I hate that company at this point. They're just the worst.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not an easy like situation.
Yeah.
Because you don't want all the developers, and it's not the developers' faults,
No.
right? Like, if it wasn't for the Guillermo brothers and higher management choosing these horrible decisions, Ubisoft would probably make really fun games.
Right.
But here we are. In fact, we know Ubisoft can, because some of them are good. That I didn't get to play it, but that new Prince of Persia game, that like Metroidvania Prince of Persia game, has been like critically reviewed to be like really positive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that they clearly didn't have their hands just gripped around.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Well, to get into what I actually have.
Sorry, I took us off on a tangent.
No, that's okay. It's it's a thing. So we got
It was somewhat newsy.
It was. But I got here some good old games preservation program. I think we talked about the preservation program before. I can't remember when it started.
I don't know. The last time we talked about it was them putting what was it? A couple old games. Fear.
Yeah.
The Fear games.
Yeah, so now there's Fear, Silent Hill 4. They basically announced a bunch of games that are coming out. Those are the two big ones. I think it actually went live yesterday. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out because what else? There's something else. Oh, they got Fallout 2 in there as well. So the fact that they're bringing more cool games to this. Oh yeah, and Ultima. It's interesting. They have Ultima 1 through 6, and then Ultima 8 Gold Edition. I don't know what's up with Ultima 7. To be fair, I've only played the first one, so
I've barely played any of them.
They're cool games.
I got into.
That's fair. That's definitely very fair. It's funny because we were watching this list of games. It's one of those Watch Mojo listicle things, but it was the top 10 characters in video games that are like hidden characters that are extremely hard to get.
Yeah.
And it was like a list of all the games that Zoe really likes.
All those crazy RPG games.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, every JRPG and fighting game on here, cool. That's all this list is. But yeah, good old games are doing some great stuff. So I wanted to point that out because they're amazing.
Definitely with game preservation.
Yeah.
They're like game library thing. They're like program. Their Steam type thing is not bad either. Under talked about, but
yeah, I haven't checked it out.
It needs
I need
some
to.
work. It's not Steam.
Yeah,
you know, it's hard to beat that. But you can also have like all your Steam games visible on there and have it all accessed through that.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I think they've gotten a good amount of attention over the years, but I for me it feels like they need more because there's been a few games that I had to get from Good Old Games, otherwise it did not work on my computer.
Yeah, I have a few games from Steam that I have that I literally can't play.
Yep.
Because they don't work, or I have to do a lot of work and go download like 3 or 4 mods
Right.
off of online somewhere, and sometimes not the best sites.
Right. Yep, you're like, I don't know what this is gonna do. It says it's gonna work. Fingers crossed. Oh look, my social security number leaked again.
I wonder how that happened. Yeah, Good Old Games is great on game preservation for sure. And they usually have a good number of sales and stuff, just like Steam and whatnot.
Yeah.
Usually their sales are a lot cheaper too, because they're dealing with like old games.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good stuff. What you got?
Let's see. Well, news. I have news.
You have news?
Yeah. So I got to see a really terrible game trailer.
Yeah.
For Arc Aquatica.
Arc Aquatica.
Yeah. It's I guess something for one of the Arc games. Which is kind of confusing. There's a bit of a clarity here, which there's like Arc Survival Ascended is a full-on 2023 remake of the original Arc Survivor Evolved, which was developed by Studio Wildcard.
Mm-hmm.
Arc Survivor Evolved is the original from 2017 and is now handled by US-based Snail Games.
Okay.
So this expansion, Arc Aquatica, is coming out for Arc Survival Evolved.
Oh, okay. So it's an actual expansion.
So this expansion is coming out for or by Snail Games for the original. And the trailer they showed used a lot of just AI art to show it off.
Yeah, it looks weird. To say
I watched the
least.
trailer, and yeah, it's not great. It's hard to say whether any of that will be in the game at all. Like any type of AI art like that would actually be in the game, but that AI trailer is pretty off-putting, just like most AI video stuff kind of is.
Yeah,
like things kind of like blend together in the background, and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" It's other than that, I don't think it's overly bad. I mean, the problem is that they should have some artists do this,
well,
and not just.
Yeah, like here's the thing, like you want to show off a video from your game and, I guess if you're going to show off not a bunch of in-game content, like you expect that to still be stuff that's coming from the game. This is putting it to a different level.
I can't trust any of this to actually be in it, right?
Yeah, right.
Or if it is, did they just use the AI art for the game? Anyways, this has caused some controversy for Snail Games. To the point that they're facing some feedback in a big way from their community, and including getting remarks from like the other team, the wild card, who's working on Arc Survival Ascended and Arc 2. That's coming out. So they're pretty much the ones who have the Arc IP now and are actually moving forward with it. Where Snail Games is just kind of like the backup studio for the original Arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, they distance themselves. Their statement was, Arc Aquatica is being developed by Snail Games at USA, Colorado. Please follow them for more updates.
All right, that's 10-foot pole right there.
One of their biggest online like Redditor posts gave them a big like Syntac. So this comes from Syntac, who's a content creator for Arc. He says, "This is disgusting and you should be ashamed of yourselves." That's a quote from him. And then another commenter on Reddit also posted, as an IT professional, this shit is why I'm not worried about AI taking over my job. Others are more straightforward about it. There's a bit of arc in your AI, sir.
That's pretty good.
So it's a pretty funny post, mostly from their community. They're getting roasted for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely had to feel, or Wildcard had to like distance themselves pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't understand how this could go over well, or why they would think that this would go over well.
Yeah.
In its first place, even as just a tease for the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like again, it's like I don't know.
I mean, the whole AI argument we've talked endless times have we talked about it and stuff. Was it just this last week I was reading about people were all really like going after the new movie Electric State on Netflix because apparently they used AI in it, and that's the first thing I heard, and I was like, oh, is that why it's doing so bad? Apparently not. Apparently it's just a bad movie. But then I looked into like how they were using AI, and I was like, well, this is a stupid thing to argue about. Apparently they used AI for voice modulation.
Oh.
Which seems pretty natural to do.
Yeah.
Or like definitely at least have a like that's what I'm talking about, making things a little easier.
Yeah, like
you're not really taking away from somebody's job. You still need the sound engineer to help with that thing. And put it together. So you're just making their job a little easier, which is what AI is supposed to do in the first place.
Yeah, it comes down to a thing though of like, you know, everyone just freaking out like when the words AI are there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I mean, the one that I think is most harmful is degenerative, right? Because they're stealing content from someone.
Yeah.
Where people just hear the word AIs and freak out, and they don't look into like why. So I don't actually think that was a big deal. But this one is, you know, this is bigger. Like, maybe don't do a video so you don't have to do this weird stupid thing and have somebody draw a picture so you can promote it, the new thing. I don't know what would be better, what would be cheaper on your front. Like, I'm sure Snail might not have like the huge marketing department behind it and stuff, or art department behind it.
Yeah, some
other studios might, which is fine, but this is bad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know, because even if you were to be upfront about what you were doing, I don't think that would go over well. Like, but I don't know. It's one of those things again where it's like, how much does it cost for you to hire somebody to, you know, put something together quickly? Because I mean, it doesn't look amazing or anything, right? Like, it doesn't look like it's like it looks like a just a standard game trailer for something that's coming for a game. You know, I'm not wowed away. You know, maybe people are excited at the prospect of the underwaterness, but just visually speaking, it's like, I don't think you needed to spend that much money on it anyways. Like, no. Especially if this is a teaser, like, no. Yeah, I don't know.
I get not spending a whole lot of money on it, but the use of AI is, first off, you using it in a trailer instantly makes people worry that your DLC itself is going to rely on AI tools to make it, to do it.
Yeah.
People aren't feeling that
at all.
So I don't know whose idea that was. Well, people love AI. Let's do it. People are always talking about it.
That's true. Actually, I see what you're saying here. That you know, even bad news is good news.
No, I just think they hear that people are talking about it.
No, yeah,
they don't realize what people are saying about it, nor do they care to look into that. They're just like, oh, people are talking about it. It's popular. Use it.
Mm-hmm. So, oy vey.
So Ark got some AI fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What else you got?
Up next, let's see here. I got some Nintendo-y things.
No,
Yeah.
I thought you hated Nintendo.
No, I mean, I have a mixed relationship with them. I love their games.
That's a great way to put it. Mixed relationship.
I like the way that they seem to treat their employees.
I like the way they do some things. I just don't like the way they do everything.
Yeah. I mean,
They
there's
need to
other
treat
ways
their-
that I don't like the way they treat their employees too, but
Yeah, they need to treat their community a little better.
yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest ones. Maybe stop trying to sue the shit out of YouTubers and shit who are showing off your game.
I know, it's so weird. So weird.
Free marketing, and you're like, sue it.
I
don't know if it's just like the lawyers for Nintendo are just like, yeah, no, we gotta hop on everything.
Well, yeah, I think part of it is that because it's like I think they see it and they're like, oh, we have to control this or else we're gonna lose, the patents and the copyrights and all the things, and they jump on it right away. Because there's other times that I don't, or maybe they're just fucking control freaks. I don't know, but there's definitely times where it seems
There
like they
is a
do
bit of
really listen
history
to their
of the
community.
control stuff.
Oh yeah, no tournament
control freak.
wise, they are extremely stringent. with
Even
that.
even game development wise.
Oh yeah, no. Back in the day, you could only put out a certain amount of games on the NES as a publisher. That's part of the reason why there's so many like fake publishers out there or fake studios. Because I can't remember if it came down to the publishers or the game studio. I want to say it was a game studio. And yeah, so like there's all these companies that were, actually, Namco or whatever it might have been, whatever company, because they would just make a new fake company so that they could release more games on the Nintendo. So, and like it kind of seems like a good idea on the front side of it, because that's what they were tackling was the issue with the Atari, where it was flooded with bad games.
Yeah.
But I think that's come to show now that it's not the fact that there are so many bad games, because we still have a shit ton of bad games that come out all the goddamn time.
Yeah, Nintendo's not helping any of that. Their online store is chock full of like it's just asset flip
Yeah, exactly.
garbage.
But some of what it's really come down to is the fact that you have to lead the way on making really good games. Somebody has to do it, right?
So I saw a comment from during this GDC thing. They were talking is some developer how you can't just have a fun game. Like you have to have more than just a fun idea for a game.
Yeah.
Anymore. And I thought that was just such kind of like a load of crap.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you guys just want to spend more money on it. Like,
Yeah.
your
right.
guys' expectations grew too high. Bellatro won a game of the year again, this time at GDC, with game developers being the judges. And it won game of the year. So you can't tell me that just a fun idea can't take you to great.
Right? They weren't expecting
Sales
to make
numbers.
money, and I mean, like, yeah, Balacho is just such a crazy story, honestly.
I think indie games in themselves show that statement to be utterly false. Like, you can just have a fun idea.
Yeah.
You just need to make a good game out of it.
Right. I mean, I can understand what he's saying if he was saying, oh, you need the technical aspect of it. You have to be able to execute that fun idea. I can agree with that.
No, he did. No, his statement was, you got to have like, you get your research from what's popular in the market and and do more than just have a good idea or just a fun idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, I again, like you were saying, I don't agree with that.
You have to know what's hot and popular, and it's like, dude, that's not the problem.
Make the game you love, and if it's halfway decent, then people are gonna come and play it, and maybe it'll blow up. Honestly, I think that's the way it should be. Most game development should be treated, but obviously the AAA really tiers, it's not.
Just fun. They're fun. Like, most of them are small ideas.
Right. Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that statement. He's basically saying, like, oh yeah, whatever's popular, you should copy that and go make that. Like, go remake that game. Like, no.
Yeah, that's the reason we get all these. A big hit comes out, and people all of a sudden want to like copy it. Like all the Survivor games that came out with like Vampire Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which I get it. You want to like, and there ain't nothing wrong with like copying a game and coming up with like more to it, right?
Yeah,
that's not my point. It's
again, that's you saying, you know, a developer saying, "Oh, I really like this. Here's things that I would like to see incorporated into this."
Expand.
I think that's perfectly legitimate.
Change the idea a little bit. And that's always fun. That's what makes those a few of the other really fun Survivor-like games stand out, right? Like,
exactly.
It's not a bad thing to have multiples of them. But how many we got? Man, it was like every day a new Survivor-type game was coming out.
Right, yeah.
Because people realized how easy it was to make one. Without realizing, like, why Survivor or Vampire Survivor did so well, because Vampire Survivor used that like psychology of gambling and gotcha mechanics and all that, but without the scumminess and shittiness of any of that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so actually going to the news that I had, I'm actually glad that we had that conversation. Because all that I really wanted to say for Nintendo is they put out a little release on, you know, what's coming out for Switch Online. And we got Mario's Picross and Donkey Kong from the Game Boy. Those are now going to be available in the Classic Games thing. As well as you'll be able to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the full booster kit pack for free if you have Nintendo Online.
The full booster?
Yes. So you're going to get all the tracks.
Oof.
48 courses.
A lot of tracks.
I didn't see where it said if this is like a permanent thing or just, you know, for limited time for members of Nintendo Online.
Well, they might be moving on because, I mean, yeah, the Switch 2 coming and they showed off the new. It looked like a new Mario Kart.
Either way, it's pretty cool. And the last little thing, have you guys checked out the Nintendo Music app?
No.
It's actually pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. I don't listen to it all the time, but when I'm like, you know what, I just need some Nintendo music on, I'll throw on some of my favorite soundtracks for some nostalgia's sake. Actually, it might be a good way to like rip some songs, plug it into my computer, and I mean, don't listen. Don't come after me, please. Get out.
We're just talking about.
Right.
Don't send any letters. Oh, is that the mailman there? He's dropping a letter.
But yeah, there's some new tracks added for A Link to the Past and Super Mario Brothers 3. Both great games with amazing soundtracks. So yeah, that's what the Nintendo has.
That's cool. I like, you know, at least they might be stingy with their stuff and whatnot, but at least they try and keep up their old games on some sort of thing.
Yeah.
they might charge you out the ass for it and be scummy in that way, but like at least they try to keep some sort of preservation there.
Agreed.
Let's see. I have other stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you?
Okay. Yeah. There was some more layoffs recently. This one not making it show some bad signs for the history or for the future of D&D Beyond's new virtual tabletop.
Yeah.
Sigil.
The Sigil.
Which just released here not too long ago to some fairly promising reviews. I would say promising. None of them were like saying that it was like just perfect off the start. A lot of it was like, you know, it needs some work, but it seems to be going in the right sort of place.
Yeah.
Well, now it looks like 30 developers have been laid off from the studio that was doing it.
Dang.
Let's see, where was
Have they made an announcement? Is it coming out still or?
No, so it's out.
Oh, it is out. Okay.
Like I said, and from the reviews, it seems like because it kind of like soft launched.
Oh, okay.
It didn't do like a big grand launch thing. So this is kind of like, hey, this is what we have so far. It sort of did that really quietly and behind the scenes. So the reviews I read were just like people who have gotten to check it out so far. I'm trying to find the name of the studio. I think it probably just Hasbro then. But anyways, yeah, they laid off 30 developers, which is apparently about 90% of the team.
Dang. Yeah, that thing.
Andy Collins, who is a former senior writer at Wizards of the Coast, he made a LinkedIn post that said today approximately 30 talented developers, 90% of the team, were laid off from Sigil, virtual tabletop team at Wizards of the Coast, including yours truly. I'm disappointed that we did not get to continue working towards the full experience that we imagined, but happy for the opportunity to work on an intriguing challenge with so many smart and dedicated folks. I wish my former colleagues success to their future endeavors. I'll also be pulling for the crew left behind, who will do their best to keep improving and iterating the experience we shipped last month. That kind of says a lot. If 30 developers got canned and that was like 90% of the work team, that means like there's like 3 or 4 people left. That doesn't bode well for, especially from the reviews that I was reading, because I went and read some reviews after reading this article, and it clearly needs a lot of work. And Hasbro just said nope. They backed out quick.
Nope. Not today.
It just shows the hecticness of and rush decisions here. This guy Collins, the guy who wrote this LinkedIn post, Andy Collins, he's been around for a while. He worked for Wizards of the Coast for 14 years. He left in 2010 and then returning in 2024 to work on Project Sigil. And barely a year later is being shown out the door. So,
geez, yeah.
Just senior talent, like someone who stuck around for 14 years, who've shown their dedication before.
Mm-hmm.
This comes off the back of the CEO of Hasbro raving about AI. Hasbro has not been in a great position. And I know a lot of D&D fans who hate the fact that they bought it.
Yeah. Oy vey, oy vey.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people to lay off. That like, why do you keep anybody on for that project unless they're shifting them to something else? Because that doesn't sound like it's getting done. So,
no, not from the reviews I read. Like, you can play Sigil right now on D&D Beyond. It's free to play if you have an account. So, you can go check it out.
mm-hmm.
But from what I read about reports or from reviews and stuff, it's not that bad, but it needs a lot of work. And unfortunately, they just took away 30 people from working on that game.
Yeah.
So
good luck.
You really wanted it to go far. It's got to either take a really lot longer than you thought, or never. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, next up. Let's see. I got some things that were talked about over at GDC, but there's a focus from Microsoft at their Ability Summit that covered this stuff. Again, this is something that we've looked at before. The accessibility options for gamers that Microsoft has. We saw that really interesting, kind of like
they've released a bunch of controllers.
Yeah, so this
bunch of different types. They had that big like gamepad one.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one that I remember. And they had talked about a joystick before. They just announced what's it called? I gotta scroll up here. The adaptive joystick. This thing's pretty cool. Because basically it looks like a nunchuck from the Wii. But you can switch out components of it to allow anybody who's paraplegic or is even just have a missing limb to be able to play in different ways the games that they like. So
I remember them showing this thing before.
I don't remember this one. Let's see. Does this have it? No, this isn't the video. I don't know what happened to the video, but yeah, it's cool stuff. I love that Microsoft is doing this because
accessibility is awesome.
Yeah, like
that's why I get so mad at the like people who with like it's really part of the whole game difficulty debate, whether games should have difficulty options or not.
Mm-hmm.
They should. It's accessibility, period, flat out. You don't want to play on an easier difficulty. You don't want your game to be easy. Don't play it. It's as easy as that. But some people can't play that.
Yeah.
But would love to have the experience.
Right. Yeah.
And all you're doing is gatekeeping, having a fun time.
Agreed.
And no one gets anything out of that.
Right. Yeah.
So accessibility is, I feel, really important in gaming.
Yeah, and I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, Microsoft seems to be the only one really doing it.
I honestly feel that was one of the reasons that the Wii did so well.
Oh, it was so comfortable. You could play that any way you wanted. You know?
Well, that's why it had its whole thing where like a whole bunch of people who are not typically gamers were gaming. You had old people who were willing to get up and play bowling and do all these things. It's because the controller wasn't any kind of cumbersome thing. It felt fairly natural and accessible to a lot of people.
Right? Yeah. Yep. It was good times. So yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff that was announced in this little press release that they did, but that to me was like the big standout. Because it was a Microsoft summit thing, it wasn't just Xbox stuff. They're talking about AI and Teams and.
Well, yeah, this was the developers conference. That's why it said it's hard to pull out news from that, because a lot of it's just talk about the industry and technologies. And so none of it's like
exactly
newsy news.
Well,
it's all cool.
Yeah, right.
A lot of it's like really cool, but
like this thing, the Teams is apparently having some. I guess they already had a sign language view. And so they're like focusing on bringing improvements to it, which I think is really cool. Because basically what it does is that if there's a speaker, that's doing, or someone in the Teams meeting that's doing sign language, I guess if you have some setting turned on, it's going to automatically try to focus on that person, like make their screen bigger. Instead of the person who's actually talking. That way you can clearly see what's being signed. That's great idea.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
So it's things like that where it's like you're saying, there's just interesting, cool things that are being talked about. So
I've been interested. I've been looking at which I might actually do this summer. Is take a ASL class.
Oh yeah,
I thought it'd be fun to do.
Yeah, no, that'll be cool. I know.
So it's more of just like an interest thing, not necessarily for anything professionally. Although it could help with like, any job I have. If someone comes in who can't, tell me what they want from a menu.
Right. Yeah.
My mom knows sign language really well. She took a few classes, and she does a whole bunch of translating for her church and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no,
so
I've always wanted to learn, and I mean, I remember the ABCs, not even all of them, but
I know a little. I know like very little bits, like not even enough to make like good full sentences, just random things, and obviously like how to say thank you and
the basics. Yeah. But yeah. So, what else you got?
Well, in way better news, we'll switch to people getting laid off to some way better news.
Good.
Game developers launch the first industry-wide union in North America, so USA and Canada.
I heard about this. I did not read anything about it, but
so this is becoming a joint organization. The United Video Game Workers are becoming part of the Communication Workers of America, the CWA. We've talked about them before.
Yeah, a few times.
So this one is it's gonna like join that. It's the United Video Game Workers / CWA, and it's for artists, writers, designers, QA testers, programmers, freelancers, and it doesn't matter what studio they want to make it. No matter what studio at, no matter what your current job status is, they're trying to make it open for everybody.
That's cool.
It's as they announced today, their union's mission is to not only build community and solidarity amongst video game workers, but also to build a large-scale education campaign about labor organizing in the video game industry. Its initial focus will be on the layoffs. The union said 1 in 10 game developers were laid off last year in 2024.
That honestly sounds like that's low for what we see.
which unfortunately came off of a very comparable 2023. Job instability looms over all of us as a corporate greeds drive massive layoffs, studio closures, and the scorched earth acquisitions of our workplaces. Meanwhile, AI threatens to devalue our skills and erase our labor, with executives rushing to replace us with tools built on the very work they exploited. We are left scrambling for stability, overworked in endless crunch, and strung along by promises that never materialize.
Indeed.
They also held a demonstration and panel at GDC. And this was timed pretty coincidentally with the conference happening, at least the joint thing. The CWA has helped with like organizing individual studios, but this is a lot bigger with everybody within
this is huge.
US and Canada.
Yeah. Oh, and Canada. That's cool. Well, yeah, just again, everything, all the instability with jobs right now, like it is needed big time to help them get to a place that's even like a level playing field for workers.
They also said that they wholeheartedly encourage and support people who want to unionize their workplace. But sometimes people have trouble unionizing, or contractor freelancer, or get laid off from a place they were organizing, or just don't even know who else to talk to at their companies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they're pushing to bring forward more information about that, and a lot of educational things from them will be the immediate future for this organization. But that's super cool.
Yeah. Much needed indeed.
Unionizing is good, and it's something the video game industry desperately needs.
Right.
More so than like a lot. like I think we need it everywhere. And maybe it's just because I focus more on video games, but my God. Like,
no, I think it's...
I love video games, but I absolutely loathe and despise the video game industry.
Yeah, the industry is in a horrible, horrible place right now. And yeah, I don't know. It's reminiscent of the Biden economy in general, where, you know, stocks are up, but people are hurting. Why? Because you have corporate greed. So
it's too much. Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to these people in charge who don't get the punishment. They lay off everyone else without taking responsibility for their actions. Like it's the developers that chose to implement these, and it leads to this. It leads to too much. They spend more than they should. They're like, oh, the 2020, the like pandemic rise of like video games and stuff like that was for sure bound to not stick around.
Yeah,
that they all hopped on with like a greedy frenzy, and we're seeing the result of that.
Indeed.
And none of these developers have like any say in any of it. They just got to hold on by like their seat. Hope they stick around.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucks. But now there's a union. If you're in the U.S. and Canada, seek them out. Go to them.
Go to them. Yeah. Okay. Next up here, I got some Fallout 76 news. Oh my god, that was a sound.
What was that?
That was an explosion going off from.
Is that for the news?
Yeah.
The news is on fire.
This is big,
Right? No, so Fallout 76. I know that it's come a long way. I hear more and more good news about it from people. So I thought I'd throw this out there that there's The Ghoul Within launch trailer has just come out from Bethesda. So now you can play as a ghoul. It looks fun. I personally haven't really checked out Fallout 76, but I know Zamba used to play it a lot. I don't know if she still does, but
I played a bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the world that I haven't played since they had like NPCs added back in the game, but I really liked the map and stuff. But I was like, this place is dead. It's fun, but dead.
Well, it's interesting because I heard that the numbers have picked up. You know, people were coming back to it slowly but surely. But it's really cool to see that they are still trying to do something with the game and, you know, listening to what gamers want.
The community is really
fun,
nice.
So.
I mean, the last time I played that game, there was like a guy just chilling pretty close to like the vault you get out of, with like basically selling beginner stuff, like stem packs and whatnot for
that's cool.
For like reasonable, like money you'd actually have at the beginning.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I thought that's nice. I think that's a cool little.
Right.
You don't see that in every community.
No, definitely not.
Much kind of like the ESO. I've never had a problem with the ESO community mostly either, except for dungeon running. People get a little salty over that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Only in veteran dungeons.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The higher level you go, the more saltier they become. But there's not a none amount even in the lower ones.
Yes, that's true.
But overall, the community has always been pretty friendly. I feel.
Yeah.
I guess I have one more.
Yeah, you got one more.
Thing.
I have one more. Let's do it.
Okay. This is just more of a, hey, this is coming out this week, sort of thing. Darktide, the Warhammer 40k Darktide game, has a new update coming out, which is adding a new like game mode. It is called. I need to miss my game and actually get to the article.
Is that the name?
Yeah. Mortis, called the Mortis Trials.
The Mortis Trials.
It's meant to be a like pretty early access thing. Their last big update was called Havoc Mode, and it really expanded like in-game content. So this is kind of to try and feed the opposite end. You get it at trust level 13, and you can start seeing different missions, which are basically a horde mode type thing, except for with some roguelike elements to it.
Interesting.
As you fight, it's like 12 waves of enemies. With every third fight, you'll have an objective, and if you carry it out and you do it, you'll get different upgrades and stuff. You know, and a lot of those are like roguelike inspired, where you increase your damage or increase your health or whatnot. So this mode looks pretty cool. It's add more stuff, more lore for all those people who like the lore stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely a new like game mode, and something that you get fairly early on, so you can start enjoying it pretty quickly. That's cool.
Yeah.
The Ductite game is super fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys played a lot of that, huh? I'll take that as a yes.
I think Andrew might be muted.
I am muted. Yes, I did play a lot of that. And I was muted.
I liked it, and I'm excited to play the new
Mhm.
stuff on that. That was my last thing. That'll come out on the 25th.
Noted. 3 days. Yeah, last thing I have is PlayStation Blog gave some updates on some indie games coming to the PlayStation. So we have a handful of games that look pretty cool. I mean, I'm only really interested in 2 of them. But the list is, we have Forever Skies coming April 14th. The Nightling, that's coming to PS5 later this year, August 28th. Possessors, that game's already out on PC, I believe. Or sorry, no, this one isn't out on PC. This one hasn't had a release date yet, but PlayStation says it is going to come out by the end of the year. Ruffian the Riverside, that's coming out June 26th. And Skate Story, which is just announced that it'll be coming to the PS5. There's some interesting indie games there that'll be coming. Now, Forever Skies it reminds me of a bit of No Man's Sky, a little bit more simplified in a more compact survival game. You're not traversing different planets or whatnot. It looks kind of cool. So yeah,
I'm excited for Hello Games' new game.
Which one?
The No Man's Sky guys.
Yeah.
Their new game, Light No Fire.
I haven't even heard of this. Have I? The title doesn't trigger anything for me.
You don't hear about that? Where they're doing their new game, which is going to be kind of similar survival game, but instead of
maybe I did hear
the
about
universe, they're doing like just one planet.
Yeah.
With multiple biomes, and
this is kind of what Forever Skies is like. So yeah, I might check that one out. Just because it's an indie title, and
it looked pretty good.
And then Possessor looks really good too. This looks like a side-scrolling platformer, hack and slash sort of game. Looks very fast-paced. So yeah. Just kind of wanted to highlight some indie stuff there.
Indie games are always fun.
Yeah.
There's so many great ones that come out all the time.
Yeah.
I like to watch Splattercat. It's just Splattercat, right? Or is it Splattercat Games?
I don't know. That's a good question. We'll say yes.
He's really fun, and he does like a indie game play. He plays like 30-40 minutes of an indie game. Like every day he posts like one, and it's just they're fun. Some of them are like updates on games he's played before, but it's always just eyes on like what's new in the indie or what's going on in the indie games. And he has led me to buy so many games.
caused you to spend your money.
Yeah. Yes, he has.
That's good, though.
But not too much because, they're all indie games.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah, right.
And the most he's been like, this one's expensive and it's like $25.
Mm-hmm.
Which is far better than the $70
Yeah, right.
that they want to keep increasing. And they use the same excuse too. I saw during the GDC stuff, the whole argument of like, fuck, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. So I totally spaced.
$70 games.
Oh yeah, the whole argument of like games going up in price again kind of came up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's the same excuses every time. It hasn't changed since so long ago. Bitch, you just changed it last year. You just said all this stuff last year when you went from 60 to 70.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, that's it for the news. Release dates. Got some games coming up next week.
Oh yeah, there's a big one. I'm actually kind of excited for.
What are you excited for?
Adamfall.
Adamfall, yeah.
Yeah, that did look cool.
March 27th, next Thursday.
Yeah.
Gonna be on Game Pass as well.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
I believe so.
Sweet.
Yes, it is.
And I'm excited for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's been compared to Fallout, and one of the guys I like to watch, Maddie Plays,
Mm-hmm.
who likes Bethesda games and all that. He kind of has very similar style to stuff. There's a reason I listen to him.
Yeah.
He did a little review on it and said it was really good, something that we need in light of not having, any good new Fallout stuff.
Yeah.
Why not? So I'm excited to play that.
Yeah, the other big
What else
one
is
is
coming?
Hitman World of Assassination to PSVR 2. I know there's some excitement about that. I can see how it would be interesting. Playing some Hitman with
And
VR.
With Puke VR.
Hey, I mean, there's some, like, I don't think I talked about this because it wasn't in the list, but the Slenderman game came out for PSVR. I want to play that.
VR. Yeah, okay.
I want to play that so bad.
I'm
Listen.
just going to throw up on all of it. It doesn't matter.
You got to check out the things that I was telling you about. Like, I want to pick up a VR headset. There's more and more things that I really want to play. I don't know when I'll have the money for that, but if I do, I will make sure that I get these things that people have talked about that really help with the motion sickness. That way,
We'll try them all out.
yeah, that way we can do a test and see. Like,
We could try to do a test. Here's the baseline.
Right.
5 minutes in.
that's
I just want to play Beat Saber, but I don't want to buy $1,000 rig to play Beat Saber.
Yeah, I can
The
play
prices have
Beat
come
Saber
down,
without
thankfully.
throwing up.
I still don't want to. I want somebody else to own it so I can play it over their play.
like it's at the price point now where I am considering it. But I'm probably more considering a last generation one. That way it's a little less expensive because it's still kind of up there. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I just have a hard time with it.
No, yeah,
that would
that's
be
fair.
fun
A lot of
test
people
to
do.
run.
Yeah, I think it would. We could really give the lowdown. Otherwise, we got Japanese Drift Master X. I have no idea what that is. That's coming to PC on the 26th. The first Berserker Kazan, March 27th. Bubble Ghost
That actually
remake.
did look pretty cool. I remember seeing the trailer for that
Yeah.
Kazan. It looked pretty cool.
Bubble Ghost remake is coming out March 28th, and Zoe, that's March 28th. Coming to the PC.
And that game.
That game.
That game.
that's a life simulation game. Let's see here. Every life becomes a story. Create your unique story by controlling and observing the lives of Zoes. Oh, is this the thing with the cats? The weird cat video that came out? Do you guys remember that? No?
Little like CGI cats?
Yeah. No, this isn't it. Maybe it is. I don't know. I can't tell anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That had like some different name.
Yeah.
That was equally as stupid.
I don't know. We haven't seen how stupid this one is. We'll find out next week. Stay tuned. Oh, yeah. That's it for the releases. Let's
move on.
Yeah, we can move on. Let's roll. Should we roll a die?
A die?
To see who goes first? Do you want to leave this up to Champs?
Andrew went first last week.
I went first last week.
Oh, that's true. So he's going first again, right?
That sounds fair to me.
No, I can go first because it's been a while since I've gone first.
Sure.
Because I also don't have a whole lot. But we can get into the big thing that I did later, which was that Severance show.
Okay, I was gonna ask
little
if
show.
you watched.
Yeah, I was debating telling you guys that I didn't watch the new one. Just so I could make you guys go, no.
Let's spoil shit out of it.
If you wanted to do that, we were going to talk about it either way.
It's gonna be on you, yeah.
I can mute. That's what I would have said.
Sure, you can mute, yeah.
No, yeah, I did watch that, which I'll just say that I thoroughly enjoyed. I've actually been playing even more Balatro than before. Like every night this week.
So more addicted.
I'm getting more and more addicted because I feel like I am getting better at the game.
That's what addiction's supposed to do to you.
Yeah.
Make you feel like you're getting better.
And I'm unlocking the last bits. No, I definitely am because like I accidentally played one of the lower difficulties and I was like, man, I'm kicking ass at this game. I'm wrecking it. And I was like, oh shit. I accidentally selected the easiest difficulty. Okay. This makes sense now.
Man, no one can stand a chance against me and my awesomeness.
But I did manage to get a new high score in that when I was doing that, so it was really fun regardless. I just want to unlock the last few decks that I need. But yeah, I'm figuring out more of how the Jokers support one another. I think I'm getting to that understanding better. So, but I play it like once a night before I go to bed. So, you know, then I get to dream about it.
You have the music playing in your sleep.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, just more Marvel Rivals as well. Played a bit with Angeli to kind of continue showing her how the game works. And we played more than a few rounds of competitive. And I gotta say, I actually like being in the gold matches, in the gold lobbies more, because it feels like, yeah, I'm not winning every time, but it feels like I have people who are like trying to at least be cognizant of
the game.
Yeah, of the game in general, right? Like, oh, Spider-Man's here. Okay, I need to switch to somebody who's more effective than what I'm playing, or whatever it might be. You know, it's more. It's less about the person just trying to do whatever the hell they want to do, and more of trying to support the team. Even if it's not the right call, at least you see people trying to do something. Yeah. Which I can appreciate a lot more. So I've actually been having more fun than before in the gold lobbies, which I was not expecting. And that isn't the case every time. There's definitely people who are still there that are like, no, I don't care if somebody picked 3 DPSs already. I'm gonna go for the 3rd or the 4th DPS and suck it. But
I'll show you guys what a good DPS looks like.
but it's definitely it feels like there's less of that than at the lower ranks. So that's been kind of cool. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, that's right. I finished the 3rd season of What If. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I loved that show. That last season, it was definitely the best one in my opinion. They did some great callbacks. They wrapped up the story pretty nicely. It's a really good superhero cartoon. And I don't know. The last one really gave a sense of like the Watchers' cosmic powers, the way they're super powered, right? Like over the top compared to so many other characters in the Marvel universe, that I really appreciated that and what they did with that. So it was really cool. I highly suggest it. But I think that about covers it for me.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, you want to go?
Yeah, I can talk about some stuff. Let's see, I watched.
Hold off on the Severance one. We'll talk about that.
I watched the 13-year-old horror movie called Oculus. Since I've seen like most of that director's other stuff, but I never actually watched Oculus.
Is it about VR and people?
No, it's about a haunted mirror.
Oh, that sounds cool, actually.
It's got Nebula in it from the MCU.
Oh, Karen.
Right. That's the character.
Is it Jillian?
I think it's Gilead, but
Something like that. Karen Gillan.
Yeah, that's probably who I'm talking about.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Yeah, I mean she's good. She's good in this movie too. It's not a very good movie. It's like far and away the worst
Mike Flanagan
thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that probably has something to do with the fact that it got put out by the WWE studio. Which I didn't realize until the rewatch, where I was like, oh shit, they made the, because there's no wrestlers in it.
Mm-hmm.
They usually put wrestlers in their stuff.
we found out it was one of 6 movies they put out.
One of 6 movies they ever put out that didn't at least have a cameo of a wrestler in it.
Mm-hmm. Was this like
that's probably why the movie wasn't very good.
Was this like her first thing? She looks super young here.
No, her first thing was Doctor Who.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after Doctor Who, yeah.
And that's after Doctor Who.
Amy Pond.
Mm-hmm. No, that was not her first thing. Doctor Who was not her first thing. She was in a few things before that, but not this movie.
Okay, well, Doctor Who was her big breakout one.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of an okay horror movie. Didn't love it. I thought it'd be better. It was definitely one of those where like most of the cool stuff's in the trailer kind of horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know the type.
Yep.
Yeah,
I hate that. There's nothing worse than when you're like, oh, okay, so you literally just showed me the best bits in the trailer, and then you're like,
yeah,
because that's all there was.
well, that was something.
but there's definitely some like hinting in that of like what Mike Flanagan would do with his future stuff.
Okay.
He did the Hunting of Hill House, and Oculus feels very reminiscent of that, just because they're playing out like what's happening right now with the horror stuff, but also what happened in the past with like what like traumatized these people in the first place that they're going back to deal with, and playing those out at the same time rather than showing one thing and then fast forward 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some like Mike Flanagan in there, but I think the WWE probably got a little bit too much WWE in that movie. So I watched that. And that was Reacher. Was watching Reacher on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you guys don't watch.
How's the new season?
It's pretty good. It's fine. It's fun.
You enjoying
They
it?
had the penultimate episode yesterday, or not yesterday, but Thursday. So yeah, they're getting towards the end of it. I've read the book already, so it's not it's really like new information or anything. I know what's gonna happen. And honestly, if you've ever like seen a movie, you probably know what's gonna happen anyway. It's not very deep.
Movie.
A movie or a TV show or anything. They're not like, yeah, they're not really like breaking the mold with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I mean, I like the show. It's pretty great. I like the that big beefcake they got playing Jack Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
He is a beefcake for sure.
He is a beefcake.
Right.
Bonafide beefcake. Certified meat.
7 days a week.
Well, that's about it for stuff I watched. And then I've just been playing the Monster Hunts.
Mm-hmm.
You've been going hard on the Monster Hunt.
You're going pretty hard, yeah. I finished the game and stuff. I'm in like the end game. Just grinding stuff out. Although there will be more. The new like difficulty rank for monsters is coming out like next month, I think, and also a new monster next month. They've got more content coming out. I was looking at the like next 2 updates got announced. So there'll be more to be had.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's running out of stuff to do in the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised you're still playing it pretty regularly.
Trying to 100% it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Told you he's going hard.
Yeah.
He's got like a cool ass character and is.
Yeah, I put my time in on the on the fashion hunter.
Yeah, and his Palico is adorable little space marine.
Yep, made a Space Marine Palico.
Mm-hmm.
Time well spent, I'd say.
I'm not jealous of any of this.
Yeah, you don't sound like
Put
it.
that out there on record. I'm not jealous.
Okay, all right. We don't
Stop saying I'm jealous. I'm not jealous.
I know.
So fucking
Clearly jealous.
I don't think I really played any other video games this week. Just been hunting monsters and watching dumb shit on YouTube and those things I watch. But I can't talk about the other thing I watched.
Yet. We want to talk about it together.
No, I want to spoil everything.
We will in a moment.
How good it was. All right. Oh, then that's my week.
Cool. Two littles.
I've had a week. I've done things. I've seen things.
I
wouldn't recommend it.
I've seen things, man. No, it's cool. Yeah. I watched a couple movies this week. and forced Andrew to watch one of them with me.
What, that movie last night?
Yeah.
You didn't force me to watch that shit. That was a delight.
Anyway, watched Sonic 3 finally.
Mm-hmm.
Watched the third one. Was pretty good. Those movies, like, I watch them and I'm like, these are so meant for children.
Oh yeah.
But I love it. I don't know. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no. They look good.
Idris Elba is hilarious as Knuckles, and
That's good.
Keanu Reeves did pretty good as Shadow. Shadow being obviously, super edgy boy,
Yeah.
was not like funny like Idris Elba was. Maybe he'll be funnier in the next one, because they do tease that at the end of it. Jim Carrey was obviously the highlight still.
Mm-hmm.
And how could he not be? He's an absolute delight in those. And you get twice him because he plays two different Robotniks.
That's right. Double your carry.
Wow.
Yeah, double the Jim. Which was pretty hilarious. There's a lot of Easter eggs for video game fans, Sonic fans specifically. A couple of the jokes were pretty funny. At one point, they put in a USB into a little port and it doesn't work. And
I can see where this is going.
the dad figure takes it out and blows it. He's just blowing it.
Okay.
And Tails is going off about how there's no reason or evidence that works at all. And he plugs it back in and it works. It does it anyways. Pretty good. At one point, they have to put a key in a little system thing, and it looks exactly like a Sega, like the top of an old school Sega.
Nice.
Dr. Robotnik at one point is because there's two of them. He's wearing like both of his iconic costumes, like the red jacket and the white jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. It was good. They seem to stick pretty closely to a lot of Shadow's current lore. They didn't seem to like trail too far from the original.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least for what I know. Not like I'm the hugest Sonic lore person, but I've played a lot of those games.
I think you are.
I did like Sonic a lot. No, it was all right. It was a pretty good movie. They hint at a next one, and what's her name? Amy, the pink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she's supposed to be.
What
she
is
gets
Amy?
She gets teased.
She's also a hedgehog.
Okay, that makes sense. She doesn't look too far away from being a hedgehog.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets teased with her hammer at the end. So it was fun. I don't know. That was about it, really.
Yeah.
Then we watched a horror movie, Spin the Bottle.
So bad.
It's like a level of disappointment in there.
I really wanted more. I'm not gonna lie. He's not wrong. I was like,
I thought it was gonna be bad, but
yeah, I thought it was gonna be bad, but I was like, okay, this has Justin Long in it though, and I was like, I like Justin Long. He can elevate stuff. I was like, well, surely if he's in it, he can make this at least decent. And
found out that wasn't the case.
He's skilled. He's not a miracle worker, though,
Yeah.
No, it was a ridiculous movie. about a demon who possessed a girl, a demon possessed ghost, more or less.
Demon possessed ghost. Okay.
Well, there's a girl who got possessed by a demon and then died with unfinished business. So now her ghost is still possessed by the demon.
Okay.
And if you think that sounds stupid, I did too.
Yeah, no,
And that's
it sounds stupid, but it sounds like let's explore this idea. You know, like
Oh, they won't be doing that.
Here's the thing: he's not even like lying. That is the premise. I know his words sound like he was trying to be funny and like say something ridiculous, but that's it.
That's it.
That's almost verbatim what the exposition we got. It was bad. Yeah, it's these kids like spin the bottle in this house that was like, oh, something crazy happened. There was a massacre in this house, and of course the opening of the movie is that massacre happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we see the inciting incident, and then we see the new kids playing the game Spin the Bottle. For a movie called Spin the Bottle, it lacks a lot of Spin the Bottle, but also features probably too much Spin the Bottle.
It's just that the Spin the Bottle scenes aren't all that engaging.
Yeah, one of them's like kind of depressing.
Yeah, play Spin the Bottle at a funeral wake. Very hot.
Very
the one
hot.
where they also do one like after they realize what's going on, and they clearly don't want to like play, and they're just like, no, I don't want to do it. They're like crying and playing the game. It was rough.
It sounds like it.
Not in like emotional way, just in a very frustrating. Like this is some dumbass shit. Yeah, it was unfortunately not very good at all. But who would have thought?
And also 2 hours long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the other one thing. It was fucking 40 minutes too long of a movie. Like,
Oh no.
I like slow burns enough, but you got to be interesting to have a good slow burn. There's
Yeah.
nothing fascinating happening. Very one-dimensional characters. Just Justin Long was the best part, and that's because he's the only decent actor in the movie.
Well,
But pretty paint by the numbers. Anyways, great old time.
great old
Enjoyed
time.
every minute of it. I've been playing a few different games. One of the games I was in played early access with, Blood Running, came out in full release recently, and I hadn't played it since then. So I've been playing some of that. Just a little like top-down extraction shooter, like sci-fi with a sci-fi setting. It's fun. The new release, I haven't gotten to any of the new content just yet. But they added like you can build like drones and robots and stuff to travel with you. And you're gonna have like a robot dog. So I have an ultimate goal already. I must have me a robot dog.
Well, yeah, because you can't do shit with a robot bird.
Exactly. Why would I have a robot bird? That's dumb. Dumb idea. That sounds like something that crazy Dr. Wily would come up with.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Played some more Nights in Tight Spaces. I play that pretty frequently. And I've been playing some more Star of Providence, the game I'm playing currently. Which is a pretty fun game.
Yeah, it looks like you've been enjoying it. It looks intense at times, like very intense.
It is a tough. It's a tough shooter game.
You okay?
The bosses, as Donkey put it, the bosses are impossible, and then once you beat them, there's another boss right behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game's Star of Providence, super fun, and fairly cheap. If you like, frankly, I think you would like this game a lot. It reminds me so much of Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Minus having that, crazy, dark story behind it.
Yeah, no.
Like, it reminds me a lot of it. Like, tough bosses and builds that can either, you'll have a build that you get forever far with. You find a build and you're like, hell yeah, I am on a roll. Mm-hmm. Or you just, because of random luck and shit.
Yeah, you're just guess I'm restarting.
Yeah, get wiped on the first boss.
Yep.
Shit. It has a lot of that feel to it. So I think you would like it a lot.
Yeah, I really got to check it out.
But other than that, yeah, I watched Severance.
Yeah, so let's talk some Severance, guys.
Hell yeah, that finale.
Yeah, okay, so spoiler from here to the end of the episode. So if you're going to tune out
yet.
I guess if you are leaving now.
Wait, you gave me shit?
Well, I was just kidding about not seeing it.
No, I know.
Totally watched it. Imagine.
Yeah. So if you're not going to partake because you want to watch the Severance, then thank you for watching. I guess share any theories that you might have though. And yeah. So let's get into it. Let's dive into the season finale.
Holy shit. I love Severance as a show.
Yeah.
It might be one of my new favorite TV shows.
It's pretty good. It's definitely up there for me.
It's got my current infatuation, so we'll see how long that keeps up. But it's in currently it could be close to just winning over and becoming one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely up there for me. I'm honestly, I feel like it's on par for me with From. So I'm really interested to see where they're gonna go in the third season. Because I feel like the roller coaster and the mystery of the show, it's very, very much the same way I felt with From. So that's pretty cool because I did really enjoy From, and I can't wait till season 4 comes out, which is maybe at the end of this year. I did see that Ben Stiller said that it will not take 3 years for another season of Severance to come out, so that's good.
Thank goodness for that.
Right. But yeah, like it's just so good the way that it captures you and makes you like, what the heck is going on? And the way that the comedy, like the actors are just so great. They are so great. Milchek, he's like
Milkshake.
He's so good. He plays his part to perfection.
Holy fuck. That whole time my brain was going, what the fuck? And the only thing that was saving it at all was the fact that Mark S. and Helly have the exact same look I have on my face of what the actual fuck is going on.
But it's not just me.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, just Marching Band comes in out of nowhere. And they're a whole division. Like,
They're a whole division. That's a whole department in there.
oh, so good.
What? There's just a marching band.
Oh my god. Yeah.
What
And the way he
kinda
committed to
actual
that
fuck-
dance.
Holy shit, all in too.
Yeah, all
From
in.
look on his face to everything. And the whole time, like when you first see him in the episode and he gives Homeboy the paper and he runs out of there. I was like, dude's gotta be somewhere quick. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I know the way he bolted like there's a bomb that was about to go off. I cracked up laughing. Like the way he just plows through the door.
And then you find out it's because he's gotta get ready for the marching band that's about to take place.
It's so
And the comedy skit that he does beforehand.
oh right.
Holy shit, the comedy skit with the robotic Egan.
Oh yeah, that was creepy as hell. Will also be like it was that again, that whole feeling of what the fuck is going on, and then you just these little bits of no, I'm talking
Sheer
about how
insanity.
you're 3 inches taller than you really were.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
Seth.
Yeah, and it's funny
Oh.
the way he stares down the robot, like he's looking into its eyes and it's looking back at him. Like,
Well, that's like a pivotal moment, you know, for sure, is that there's
Mhm.
actually someone on the other side of that thing.
yeah, it's played so well.
I appreciated the number of answers I was given in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I feel again. This is how I feel with From, where in season 2 it was like, okay, you gave me something, but now I have a lot more questions, and you shot down some of my theories, which is fine. But I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. So, because I mean, do we still really know, or do we still have we got the answer of what Cold Harbor is?
Yeah.
I think I have an idea of do you mean like what personality she was given or what the whole purpose was behind it?
No. Well, I mean, I guess it ties into that. Take it away. I want to hear your theory on this for sure.
Because I mean, they show that like because Mark makes personalities for
Yeah.
for her,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Agreed.
So I don't. My current idea of like full on. We know what Cold Harbor is. It was a personality.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
What
the
that
theories
actually
come to like
means.
who, right? Or what do you mean? And I think it has something to do with the Egan being obsessed with having like Egan back. It might be like his wife or something. I don't know. I haven't got enough questions or answers towards any of that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. I didn't consider that. That's
But I
interesting.
think it was to like bring someone back, personality wise, like completely rewrite somebody.
Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking. Because what? Okay.
It's like brainwashing, but
Yeah.
you're putting someone else inside there.
Which kind of goes along with the theory that that Sky had as well. Because what it seemed like to me is that what I felt is there's all these personalities that he's creating for her, right? But then what the last one seems to really do, from what I gathered, is since she's put into that room, she clearly doesn't know who she is, and without any real direction, she just starts doing the task that's presented for her. I feel like that is a way of, like you said, rewriting them, being able to be completely subservient, or or maybe even wipe out their personality, which is why I was wondering if it was like, oh well, if she would have completely finished dismantling that crib, would her Audi's personality have actually ceased to exist as well? I don't know, obviously, but it felt like that might have been something to do with it. So I
don't know if I think the crib is
just metaphorical.
I think that's something probably personal to the Egan.
Oh, okay.
Remember how he was like watching the whole time?
Yeah.
And at first he was like starting to smile and get really excited about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Up until Mark showed up, but
yeah.
Like she was doing something like right. It wasn't just taking apart the crib. I think the crib has something personal to do with him.
Okay.
Just because of how weirdly obsessed he is with like the whole Egan thing, right? Like the whole weird culty thing.
You don't have to add in weird when you say cult.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it has something personal to do with that, and I think it has some. Like I think that was possibly writing someone's personality into it, like depending on how she took it in. And it might be like a collection of all of the personalities or the files he completed, because it was all to get to that point, right? But maybe each one of those were an aspect they need to create one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like our life experiences make us who we are type thing.
Yeah, I see. This
you
is
have to put something, put a personality through each one of them.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why I was thinking kind of the opposite, where this is channeling that personality, which is why they needed Mark to do this, right? Because he knows her, and it's in some way.
He was the key into feeling the numbers, right?
Yeah.
They needed that connection that they had.
Exactly.
For them to be able to feel those numbers and complete it.
Mm-hmm.
It also explains why Mark was as important as he was.
Yep.
Because he also enabled the other ones.
Well, okay, so that's the other question that I have. I have to go back and look and see. Were they working on those other rooms?
Yeah, all the rooms that she went into. There was a couple of the files that, well, we'd seen them complete one file, and that was on the door.
The one that
on one of the doors.
The one that what's his name? What's his name? Dang it.
I don't know I don't know what you're talking about.
Dylan.
Yeah. Dylan G.
Yeah, he's the one that completed the file, right? I just don't remember the name of the files that either him or Helly or Irving were looking at. But okay, because I didn't know that, I was wondering if maybe they also had somebody, their own person, who maybe also died.
No, I thought they're all working on the same file together.
Okay. Well, see, that's the thing, is that I didn't think that they were.
On that first one they finished, Dylan G was
But Helly, the only other one that I remember at the time was Helly. Helly was working on a different file than Dylan. I remember thinking that to myself, that they're not actually working on the same file. They have different.
But there was a lot of different files.
Exactly. I don't know.
They did 25. They did 25 files.
Well, Mark.
Who?
Adam Scott.
Oh no, Mark. Well, Mark gets the credit for it because Mark was in charge of the department,
but he wasn't in charge of the department the whole time.
Well, he's in charge of the department now, but he didn't personally complete 25 files. He would have been getting way more perks than Dylan was getting. Dylan probably completed most of the files. Mark just managed to complete the most difficult file.
Okay.
I think it was the last file they needed, which is why there was the celebration.
Yeah. Okay. That totally makes sense there. So yeah, so then the question comes down to, like,
But
again,
there's still a lot of questions, but I did appreciate the answers given.
yeah,
Like
You
what they were
explain what
doing.
Cold Harbor was.
What they were
You
doing.
explained about that.
Yeah. And yeah, I really the episode was so good. The conversation he had with himself
Oh, that was great.
was a fantastic. It's so good.
I
I think Andrew said it earlier. We saved a lot of it earlier, but he summed it up really well. It was just like Ben Stiller. What the fuck? Where's this coming from?
Right? What is in your mind?
Because it's been so good. Like, just such a solid, well written show. Everything is so like meticulous and on purpose.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, on top of that too, the actors, they're knocking it out of the park. Honestly,
Everyone's doing it so great.
yeah.
The whole Dylan G, like when he gets out and he finally knocks over the vending machine, and Dylan G standing there all, hey, milk check. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Dylan. Because Dylan's he got that letter from his Eddie and embodied that. Like, yeah, you're right. I am a badass in here.
Right.
And I loved it. Like, so good. There's still a lot of questions, but I feel in an overall sense that was definitely like an end of a season.
Oh yeah, no.
Like the questions that came up, a lot of them are like new questions. And there's still some like Bert and
Irving.
Irving.
Ernie. Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie.
So, like, that's kind of still a thing going on.
That was, I thought, a really great B story to have. I thoroughly enjoyed their relationship.
Yeah, it was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
To explore.
Yeah, for me that was like, as far as all the B stories go, that stood out to me above the others. Yeah, as much as I did like Dylan's story as well.
It's also good. I mean, we still got more with like we need some more with Helly. We need it. Like,
oh yeah. But when they show her stuff off, like that's what gives us answers, right? So
that's what gives us excitement and interest into what's to come.
Yeah.
What else can be done with this show?
Right.
Because we got a lot. Like, obviously, Cobell wants back because she created all this shit. Like, well,
I know that was a really cool reveal.
The Severed being her idea in itself is huge.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
No wonder she wants to work with Mark to like end Lumen.
No,
they fired her and stole her idea.
Yeah, I thought the twist of having her have like the reason to go against Lumen was perfectly done. It was like, oh, okay, this makes sense that she's gonna turn around.
It would be the only thing that would get her, right? Like,
yeah, well, I mean, obviously she's
still
super
kind
devoted.
of a bitch. Like,
well, yeah, I think that's just her personality, though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, she had some shit that she went through, so.
Well, okay. Ooh, I was a victim of child labor. That'll clip well.
Probably why they didn't bring didn't bring that kid on until after she left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't have appreciated that.
Yeah, she would have wanted that as an assistant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Milkshake didn't care. Don't care about nothing except for being verbose.
And I really I honestly thought that Milchek would like change.
I thought he was gonna. Yeah, I thought he was gonna kind of flip on the. I mean, maybe we're still setting up for that. There's gonna be more. So
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen eventually. Like it's slowly seeping in, and his character is gonna have like some huge outburst at some point.
I mean, that one guy told to eat shit, but that guy's dead now.
Yeah,
I mean, he has.
Milchek didn't have anything to do with that, but
he has started to like question and talk shit to the Egans themselves.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And call them out for their shit too.
Yep.
But he did seem very mad at Dylan G.
Yeah. The way he once Hallie ran off, the way his fucking face and just whole tone of his body changed.
Yeah.
Great. It's like, I'm done with this shit. Ugh. Here I am trying to have a good time.
The things I do for you, and you don't even appreciate any of it.
Indeed. Yeah, no, it was wonderful. It was a great season finale. I think
the goat lady comes into play.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Why the fuck are they sacrificing goats?
Oh well, I think they do that for. I think they're doing that for every one of the files. Like every time they'd start Gemma's testing on any files, they'd sacrifice a goat.
I think so too. Yep.
That was my theory on it. That's why that lady was fucking pissed about it, and she's like, "How many times?"
Yeah, it makes me wonder.
The lady was already over it.
It took him a while. I knew they have him pull out the boat gun, and I had an inkling then that that's exactly how that dude was gonna die.
Oh yeah,
was that boat gun?
The way it happened though.
You could just
hold it off.
You just call it
for like 3 or 4 times. They hold it off 3 or 4 times. There's like multiple times when he was like choking Mark. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, here it comes. He's gonna get a bolt to the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. And then like it was
a bit of a. It was cool how they used it.
And then just on accident, just Mark Sally accidentally like
Mark just accidentally does
Yeah, like as soon as
wakes up in the elevator having shot that guy.
Yeah, as soon as they stepped into the elevator and he had it like up to his head, I was like, oh, when he switches over, this is where it's gonna go. But the way that it was done, it was so funny. I could not stop laughing.
She's like, what the fuck?
It was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
The way this show is able to pull off these like mind-bending thing and
bring the humor out of it.
The humor in there as well. Just it's such a damn good show.
Right.
I'm sad that it is not on right now.
Right.
So I'll probably just rewatch it soon.
Yeah, well, like the way they managed to pull off, the intrigue, but like you said, the mind bending, the mind fuck, as well as humor. It has a little bit of everything, It's like, but like, not just for the sake of it. Like they pull every aspect of it off so well. It's honestly, I was watching do you guys see those VFX people that like break down visual effects in movies and TV shows?
Yeah, I've seen them before.
So I saw a clip of theirs where they're looking at Severance, and apparently most of the walls are actually real, like in the hallways. Like even though there's a lot of visual effects that goes on in the show, The only time that they don't use real walls is when they need to like cut out a section to do a pan or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, I guess they're actually running down these hallways that they've built. And I think that actually helps because it makes a blend of something real with the visual effects that gives it that eerie vibe. So again, it just feels like everything they do is so intentional. It's so well done.
Yeah, like I said, like from the moment I start watching the show, it's like, man, everything feels so important. Like even like
seemingly
the way they move through the
inconsequential
office,
stuff, like
the way they move through the office, the lighting of every room, to the words used.
Yeah,
everything feels so on purpose. It's honestly kind of just insane to me.
Yep.
Fucking good work, Ben Stiller. Goddamn, if I knew you had this in you.
Yeah, so good. So
Not
good.
that
I can't wait for the next.
I haven't really liked or disliked Ben Stiller in any real sense of the word. There's some of his movies I love. You know, who doesn't love Zoolander?
Yeah, I've never disliked any of his stuff. But again, like I've never been like wowed by him before.
Yeah, he's never been he's always just been Ben Stiller and everything.
Yeah.
He's never been like a good actor. I mean, he's funny and stuff. I like him and stuff, but he's never been like a good actor.
Yeah.
He doesn't like lose himself in a role or anything.
Right.
And now I see him direct shit. And I'm like, oh my god, this is really good.
Where did this come from?
Yeah.
It's damn good. Damn good TV.
Right.
Yeah, one of the better things on TV right now. Yeah.
Indeed. Good stuff.
I'm excited to see what comes next.
That'd be nice.
I'll be excited to see what they're able to come up with next, and how they'll kind of. Obviously, we're gonna get a little bit of a flip flop, right, with Gemma being out.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mark not wanting to leave.
Yeah, Mark's gonna be hiding in the separate floor,
refusing to stand up. Maybe even like they already started to show some like teamwork with other departments.
Yeah, right.
So if they hold like a like a siege almost, but like an any siege, right? Like here, innies don't let you back out. You never get to come back out.
Oh.
What could be really something interesting to explore, I think.
Oh yeah,
it is going to be an interesting dynamic seeing tensions between innies and outies.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this show can go and some of the things they can explore, because it's already done such a great job of just throwing in this insane concept
right
in itself. And then also just like the big corporation thing that they somehow got onto Apple TV.
Yeah, I was really surprised that show made it on to Apple.
And apparently Apple has yet to even mention a thing.
But Stowe said they've been very supportive of the show.
Yeah.
That's good.
It boggles my mind.
It just boggles the mind. Much like the show itself.
Either way, I cannot wait for more. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with Gemma being out. And yeah. I mean, we got to see a fucking any strike. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I have there's so many ways that they could take the next season. I can't wait to see how they're gonna handle these every aspect of it that's like a loose end. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. And honestly, however they want to go with the story, I'm sure I will be pleasantly surprised with how they pull it off.
Yeah,
that's all that the show has been for me, honestly.
Everyone does such a great job acting in it that it's hard not to like the characters, and
right?
All that, you know,
exactly.
Oh, watching that last episode made me think, speaking of liking the characters, watching the last episode kind of made me realize I like Eddie Mark more than I like Audi Mark's just kind of an asshole all the time, and he's a dick.
I've always thought
like,
that.
I don't like it. I never really thought about it. I always kind of thought of him as like one person, but the last episode put them up against each other, and I was like, you know what? Audi Mark is actually a fucking dick. Like it. If any of them should have to get deleted, it should be Audi Mark.
I mean, I said that when I first started watching it, and Audi Mark was 2 years into mourning his wife. Now I understand mourning and stuff like that, but to be as like, dude, when the first episodes and stuff, you would have thought his wife died like a few months ago, something.
But isn't that part of it? Like his innie has been working on this, and that's affecting him. Well,
I mean, look, we can realize that stuff now. This was before I realized that Gemma was alive and stuff like this. A couple episodes in, and I was already complaining that this guy's kind of been mourning for way too long, and I don't know. This guy's kind of a tool.
At that point, I was like, well, we haven't seen, because mostly we see any Mark.
Yeah.
We hadn't really seen like that much of Audi Mark, and I was like, yeah. But by the time we're in the second season, he's just a fucking dick to everybody, like all the time.
No, I agree. I definitely agree that
I'm just kind of like, yeah. Maybe we should just get rid of that guy.
But I think that brings up a good question, because it's like we see how it is with Dylan, and like I don't think he's a
like that. I like that story quite a bit, actually. I like
that letter. That letter,
that arc.
That letter almost brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, that was so nice for
First off, my first point.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
The second point, I get it.
We're basically the same, and I know my wife's hot. Fuck. We were both attracted to the same person, and that makes
total sense.
A lot more sense.
Yeah, good stuff.
I think that's a good show that yes, they're different people, but at the same time there's kind of a core similarity to them.
Oh yeah.
Nah, not with Mark. Fuck Audi Mark. Eddie Mark did nothing wrong.
No, I
That's fair.
That's
Eddie Mark's just trying to do his job for the longest time. And then here comes all kinds of people messing in with his life. Like Cobell and everything she started doing. Their overtime contingency thing probably wasn't the best idea. Seemed to have led to a lot of issues.
Right.
I mean, if the show's taught me anything, it's just that the severance thing itself was a bad idea.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it seemed like a bad idea to start with.
Yeah, that's why I actually I was interested in the show at first. I heard the premise and I was like, that sounds like someone would have created a hell on earth for one part of themselves.
Mm-hmm. And you were right.
And yeah,
but also kind of wrong, as Eddie Mark pointed out.
Right.
It's not great, but they also
that's all they got.
They make what that's all they got, and they make what they have. That's why I think it's cool. Like that's what I want to see next. I hope to see any strike, where a whole bunch of the factions, like the Goat people, and apparently this marching band group, kind of all come together. Like the people who are severed kind of come together and like stay in the building so the Audis can't go anywhere.
Agreed.
Now your life doesn't matter, right? Now you don't get to exist.
Yeah. Which is why in the first season, when Helly went to go hang herself, it's like, man, okay, like if you absolutely hating what you're doing there and you're against your Audi, like that's actually, I guess, a pretty legitimate response to be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, it was bold then, and it was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's before we realized who she is.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And then her Audi mentions it like later on once they've done that, and you're following her Audi. She's like, "That bitch tried to kill me twice." And she's talking about herself.
Yep. Yes, you did.
Well, fucking Egan, fucking learn something from that. Refuse. Every high executive refuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see where it goes. Super excited.
Yeah. Same here.
Quickly becoming one of my favorite shows. As long as it doesn't get canceled like early.
Yeah.
It could very well end up in a like top 5 or top 3 spot.
Well, they did definitely get renewed for the next season, right?
Yes.
Cool. I mean, I would be surprised if they didn't. That would be a Netflix-esque situation.
Okay, so
didn't.
like, there's a D&D TV show coming out.
I would be surprised.
Fairly soon. And I was like, oh, cool, D&D show. Especially after that movie came out, that was like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
I was like, if they keep up to that like same kind of tone and stuff like that, you could have a really fun show. And I was excited all the way up until the point that I saw it was Netflix doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, so one season?
One season?
One season? No matter who you cast or who you get behind it. That might not be necessarily the case. The showrunner that they put in charge is the guy behind Stranger Things.
Okay.
So, like, they do have some trust in him, and he might have a little bit more leeway when it keeps his show going because of his work.
Yeah.
With one of their most profitable shows. But who knows? It's Netflix. It could get canceled either way.
Yeah, exactly. And unless it's a breakout show, you're going to get canceled, which is shitty.
I just think if you're someone who's on Netflix who's getting a show, you need to start those writers need to start just writing a 1-season arc until Netflix can keep you around.
Agreed.
Just because I don't mind a 1-season show.
Yeah, no, me neither. Like, if that's your intention, cool.
What was it? Our Flag Means Death, the pirate show, which is fantastic. It's 2 seasons long. That's it. It ends. It has a great ending. And then that's it. Do I wish there was more because the show was a lot of fun? Sure. But at least what's there is there and done.
Yeah.
Doesn't leave me on cliffhangers.
Indeed. Yeah.
So I hope the best for Severance on the same front. I hope Apple doesn't cancel them too early or anything.
Yeah, no, me too.
But I don't also have, like, Apple doesn't have the same track record Netflix has.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. They're safer on Apple for sure.
So.
And it sounds like they have faith in Ben Stiller, honestly.
I do now too. I put all my faith. Now we got to get a statue of Ben Stiller. Put candles around it.
Of course you would.
I mean, I still have that one of. I still got that Keanu Reeves candle you got me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
We tried burning it, but it doesn't smell like Keanu Reeves.
My St. Reeves candle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is all most important because it's Keanu Reeves.
Well, yeah. Guess we should call it there. Yeah. Unless anybody has anything else to add on the Severance front.
Nope. Everybody should watch it. It's great.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, if you got to this point, hopefully you have. If you haven't, hopefully it's intrigued you to the point. Like, here's the thing. One thing I've felt like I've never really been too concerned about spoilers, but I will let myself be spoiled specifically for like endings because I find that I won't really know what's going on, but some of the things that people say will intrigue me enough to get me to watch or read or play something.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I get to that point, I've forgotten about what they've said usually. And then when you hit that, it's like, oh, it all comes together. What you people were talking about. You're right. This is great. That's been enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's that. Severance is such a good show, and it deserves.
Well, I think Severance would really lend to that for almost anybody because it's like, what the fuck are you people talking about?
It's hard to the goat people. Talk about a workplace thing, and I brought up goat people.
What are these people who are goats?
What are those? That one people, guy. Yeah. Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Nailed it.
That was Brianna. That was Brianna of Tarth, by the way.
Yeah. Yep.
That actress.
Mm-hmm. And she did great. Like, and I was like, it was funny because as she started getting into that fight, I was like, "See, this is what I needed from Star Wars, and you failed me twice."
She was also in Netflix's Sandman.
Oh, I never saw that.
She plays Lucifer. We get one more season of Sandman, and that's only because it's done, because now everyone doesn't want anything to do with Neil Gaiman. But
yeah, a bit of toxic asset now.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. Real unfortunate. But at least we get one more season of that.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's not that much more for Sandman. I think the Audible ones came out, and there's only 3 volumes of that. So I think they could finish the show rather well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and she plays Lucifer in that, which is really, she does a great job.
That's cool. Yeah, let's wrap it up. How do I end this? What do we do?
That's the end of the show.
That's
Join us on our Discord.
Yes.
Check us out on the YouTubes, the Twitches.
Website, classicgamerbrain.com.
See.
What else do we got?
We put out a zine now. A poorly Xerox zine.
I'd be okay with that.
Nice.
We could send it to you in your email for you to print out. Yeah, no, we're here most Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. For the 8-Bit Show, so catch us then. And oh yes, I'm gonna find time, I promise, for us to finish up the, what's that game, the Core Keeper, to start a new server. So yeah, are you guys gonna join in on the old one too, or the new one? I didn't see anything from you guys, so
Maybe the new one, but probably not the old one. You guys took off on that way
Yeah.
faster than all of us.
all
And
of
we're playing,
you.
like, yeah, all of you guys.
No, I'm never mind. But yes, we did. But yeah, it'll be cool to see the new stuff. So yeah, maybe I'll try to get that done this week so that we can start up the new server and whatnot. But yeah,
I may or may not join it. If you guys start going log high, I'll then fast on it. I probably will.
we'll see. I probably won't be as big as last time.
I imagine not,
But-
because I feel like Zoe got led you guys into that.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. And I know how Zoe plays games.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong, by the way. Prefaces, nothing wrong with how you play a game.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe's definitely a focus gamer.
Focus gamer.
What I would call.
Mm-hmm.
Picks a game, and that is the game
Right.
she will be playing for a while.
Indeed. But yeah, so we'll try to do that this week. Other than that, thank you everyone for
Try and
joining
do
us.
something cool too. We should try and do like a TTT or
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Golfy or something.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, thank you, Two Littles. Thank you, Coffee. Catch you guys next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. It's the end of the 8-bit show. We gotta go. Because it's the end of the 8-bit show.